Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me and thank you for your continued support. So we have a bit of an impasse when it comes to the national social care situation, because it's something that has received a lack of funding for many years, hasn't really been overhauled in many years, and is failing a lot of people. Now, there are a lot of people who work very hard in the national care sector, of course, but really there isn't the resources available to help people who need it. And I'm talking about the elderly, I'm talking about disabled, those with long-term illnesses and things like that. So anyway, the Labour government is supposed to be looking at this National Care Service and what they can do about it. And I'm going to show you an article now which shows that actually they're not entirely certain what to do about it. Okay, so this is a genuine impasse at the top of government about social care plan, insiders say. So Keir Starmer has first 5 months have produced little in the sign of a plan for Labour's promised National Care Service, and now I'm told there is a genuine impasse at the top of government over what to do about social care. Health Secretary Wes Streeting publicly acknowledges we can't solve the NHS crisis without improving what a government source describes as an appalling situation in a system that's meant to look after vulnerable and elderly adults in England. But multiple sources tell me the Secretary is deeply nervous about the cost, the Treasury is deeply nervous about the cost, and that the Prime Minister is yet to make a decision on how to proceed. Talks have so far failed to decide whether to hold another review of the system. One is dither said one insider involved in the discussions. Another source said everyone wants to fix it, but we don't want to embark on something that then doesn't happen. I understand the Prime Minister, Health Secretary and Chancellor Rachel Reeves are due to meet on Monday to try and make some progress. So there are as many as 500,000 people waiting for care. And part of this is because of council budgets, because some councils aren't necessarily spending their money wisely, and therefore they're spending a lot of money. Well, according to this, a lot of money is spent on social care, but I wouldn't necessarily say that's true. But it's, councils' budgets are stretched, some teetering on the edge of bankruptcy and things like this. The Labour has given little detail on its National Care Service would look like, but long-term reform would likely aim to address the shortage of care, the length of waiting lists, and the costs for people who don't qualify for free care, which can be crippling for families. Now, one idea is a royal commission, which is something that all of the parties would then have to go with, because it's you've got all parties that then have to work together on it, but the downside to that is it could be 2 or 3 years before that then gets decided or gets worked through. Possible fixes to the urgent problems until after the next election, which really we can't wait that long, because National Care Service is really struggling, and there are a lot of people out there who don't get the care they need or deserve. Independent review would take a year to 18 months and could change things quicker, but without the kudos of the King, any plans would be easier for opposition parties to reject. But of course Labour has this huge majority, so they would probably be able to push through big reforms anyway. There are nerves, however, at the top of government about what any review might recommend. If it suggests an expensive new system quickly, then that would need billions in extra tax. Does the government have the mandate for that in this parliamentary term, having ruled out changes to the main tax rates? And of course that is another big problem. They've scuppered themselves a little bit in that situation. If a review process took longer, would any political party want to go into the next election asking voters to pay more, even for the best of reasons, a shiny new social care system? And it goes on to say that one source told me the Treasury is the block, but the department insider rejects that characterisation and says no doubts the issue is huge, but any solution is expensive. Everything is a trade-off. Others suggest Rachel Reeves wants to reform, but also wants to be sure of full political backing from the neighbours at number 10. So it suggested both Streeting and Reeves are looking to Keir Starmer. Number 10 source told me the Prime Minister is animated by solving the issue and is keen to proceed, hence the meeting planned with the Health Secretary and Chancellor next fortnight. The source denies the accusation of dither, saying it takes time to work out the right moves. There is no suggestion that this is bruising a split between ministers. I just think it's about cost. I think that's the whole issue here. I don't think it's about the way to proceed. I don't think it's about anything like that. I think it's all about the cost, because it will cost a huge amount of money to put this into place. Regardless of who's in government, it's going to cost a huge amount of money. And I think that really they don't want to spend that kind of money. I really don't think they do. I don't think that they want to, they don't want to put in that kind of money into the system. I think what they're going to be looking at is probably ways that they can cut costs to make it, to spread the money a bit further. Personally speaking, this is just my opinion. I think that they will review it. I think they'll put a token amount of money into it to say they're doing something, and then nothing will change, because that's usually what happens. But I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know down in the comment section if you are currently waiting for care yourselves, if you've had a good or bad experience with this particular situation, and also what you think the government should do about it. What do you think that they should do to try and improve the situation? Love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section as always.